guys, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to talk about the paralegal LSO exam because I wrote it, I passed it, and I just want to give out some advice about it. Help the new people coming up for the exam since I just did it and the process. Okay, so first of all, before we even get started, I just want to tell you guys I did pass, and when you pass, it should look like this. Now, if it looks like that and says pass right on it, you did it. Congratulations. I have to give myself a pat on the back because that was a lot of work. I'm not going to lie. It took me about 5 or 6 months of reading the book over and over and over. And as soon as I seen the exam, it was just flying at me. Everything was flying at me. I could see it. So it was my advice first of all, is to just read the book over and over and over. That's what I did. I did a chapter a day, so I believe there were 60 something chapters, so it took me almost roughly 2 months, a little over 2 months to read the full book, if you do it that way. Like I said, I had 6 months roughly to do it, so I could read the book at least 3 times. If you do a chapter a day, or if you want to read more than that, you can. But the main thing is really just to breathe and give yourself some time to think about the stuff you're reading. You don't want to just read a whole bunch of stuff for like 3, 4, 5 hours in a day and not really know what you just read. So you want to give yourself some time to really absorb the information, because to me that's the best way. When I read that stuff, it seemed very simple on the test. I'll just say that. I can't give you guys any info about the test, obviously, but I can give you some guidance on how to study for the test. So that's what I'm going to do here. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of guidance so that hopefully this will help you also pass. So like I was saying, the biggest thing you can do is have some type of strategy, some type of idea before you get started. So for me, I knew I was going to do chapter by chapter. Some people can do law by law, because there's ethics, there's criminal, there's civil, there's all different, laws that you have to know in the book. And they give you each law individually, like in sections. It's not just going to be all randomly scattered in each page. Each law is in its own section. So you can do it that way. You can read, law by law. It's going to be a lot of pages. But if you're someone that likes to read, then it'll be fine for you. But for me, like I was saying, I had 6 months. So I did chapter by chapter. I just felt that was the easiest way to go about this. Once you figure out what's the best way for you to go about it, then you have to figure out how you're going to put the material. Are you going to keep it all in one binder? Are you going to split it all into different laws? Or, what are you going to do? For me, I left it all in one binder. I just felt like it was easiest to have it all in one together. It's a lot of pages, but it was easy to flip through, I'll say. Now, you can also put sticky tabs either on each law, or you can put sticky tabs on each chapter. That way, when you see a question on the exam, you can easily, if you read it a couple times, easily remember, oh yeah, that was in chapter 1 or chapter 60, like that. And then you can easily get to it. Instead of having to flip every page to find the page number and things like that, if you have sticky tabs to line the sides, easily find what you're looking for. Another strategy. But my number one advice I can give to you guys is please read the material. I know everyone wants to run to prep exams and practice tests and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, if you read the material, it will definitely help you with the exam. It will. Because everything from that exam is pretty much with the material. That's the whole reason they give you study material, so that you can, have a little bit of help on the exam. But my advice to you, study the material. At least read it twice so you can get familiarized with where things are in the book. that's the best option, I'll say. I mean, that's my own opinion. You can still do all the prepping and, you know, do the practice exams and all that if you want. And then when you do the exam, you'll see if my way works best for you, if your way works. You know, not everyone can do it the way I did it. I'm just giving you advice. Now, the process for the whole thing before you even get licensed. This was a little bit confusing for me on looking at the website. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit confusing. So I'll just tell you the process in an easy, straightforward way. So first you put the application in. You pay the fee. Once you do that, then you'll be able to get an invoice to pay for the exam and the study material and pick which, you know, date you're trying to write the exam type thing. And then once you pay for the exam, you go and write the exam that day that it shows. It could be in March, it could be in February, or it could be in October or July. I wrote in July. And once you write your exam, it takes 8 weeks roughly before you'll get the results. Once you get the results, if you pass, then they're going to send you documents that you have to go to a lawyer or paralegal and get them to do the oath with you. It's the affidavit of oath and the petition for your P1 license. You have to fill out those 2 forms with a paralegal or a lawyer. Once you do that and send it off, it takes about up to 6 weeks for them to approve those paperworks. Once they approve it, then it takes another up to 8 weeks for you to actually get the hard copy of your P1 license. And that's where I am right now. I'm waiting for my hard copy. But the good news is, within 5 days, you'll be able to actually see your license numbers online on the LSO website. So you'll still be able to start within those 5 days as long as you get your P1 license numbers on the website and get insurance. Once you have those 2 things, you're pretty much good to go. That's where I am. I'm about to get started. I'm going to do some shadowing, and I'm going to start with my own practice and just get a mentor, get some guidance, you know. But I want to get that experience in first. That's why I'm going to go shadow a little bit to see how it goes. Now, that's just the way I'm going. I'm going to be making another video talking about my process and how I started off. And you can follow me on this channel to see how I go. And I will be making more videos about paralegal things, like where to find things on the LSO website, or how my shadowing is going, or how it is starting off in the process of this legal office I'm trying to start up, or how the courts system works, because that is probably the most confusing for me. Figuring out what court is you go to for what and stuff like that. So I will be working on those things, and I'll be sharing all that I find so that you guys can hopefully get a little bit more help as you start off. Until next time, I'll see you again. Thanks for watching.